Online students, could you please confirm? Is my voice is loud and clear? Done? Okay, guys. So let's start the session. So in the last class, we are discussing about the Power BI, and let us continue with the Power BI. So as I've told you, different types of plots. What are the different types of plots? And here, one concept is common. What is that concept is called as? So as we know, what are the steps involved in data analytics project? What are the steps involved in DA project? Means, as we know, the steps are, first one is business problem understanding, and second one is data exploration, followed by data cleaning, followed by data analysis, and followed by data visualization. Okay, so these are the steps within the data analytics project. Now, here, difference between the Power BI versus Python in the data visualization is some additional plots are available. Point number one, some additional plots. And along with that, we can more customize the plots. So we can add the labels, we can modify the values, we can change this one, so many things. And that too, it is a simple tool without using any kind of software. We are using as a tool. So additional plots or customization we are doing with respect to using the Power BI. Now coming to the analysis. In the analysis, there is nothing special in the Power BI. Finally, we are going to do the first univariate analysis. What is meant by univariate analysis, guys? By considering a single variable and analyzing the single variable. Okay, univariate analysis. That is nothing but you are going to apply the univariate measures plus univariate measures plus univariate plots. Univariate measures plus univariate plots is called as univariate analysis. Now, if you are applying the bivariate analysis, okay, bivariate. What is meant by bivariate? Bi means two variables. So you are going to take the bivariate measures and you are going to apply the bivariate plots. So here again, should I explain for you the data analysis means? Again, same analysis, same combination, same thing, same measures, everything is going to be the same. No need of again to explain the statistics or what are the measures are available and what are the things to be calculated, nothing. Now, similarly, if I come to the third one called as multivariate. Now, earlier you have worked on the hackathon. Earlier you have worked on the project, assignment, everything, right? Now, whatever you have worked, select the same data one more time. No need to even change the data. Now you go and select the same data. Now again, if you have to apply some logical questions on the data, what questions you will apply? Same questions what you have applied earlier, same questions only, right? Questions will be the same, but answers you have written the Python code. Here you are going to use the tool, that is Power BI. So we are going to apply the multivariate measures. What is meant by multivariate measures? We are having the multivariate measures called as in terms of correlation matrix, covariance matrix, and multivariate plots. We are going to apply the multivariate plots. So if you select the same data one more time, whether you do in the Power BI, whether you do in the Tableau, whether you do in the Python, that data analysis will remain same. Separately, I no need to explain anything specially. Just we have to take one data set and we have to complete one project. So earlier, what are the project we have done by taking one data set, and what are the analysis we have done? Same questions will be done one more time, right? Now coming to the majorly in Power BI, majorly what we have to learn now today means data cleaning. How to do the data cleaning within the Power BI without using the Python. Point number one. Second, how to do the data visualization without using the Python. So these two things only we have to learn within the Power BI after completing the Python. Now already data analysis is already the same way. Data exploration also same way. Now what is data analysis? Again I'm saying data analysis is nothing but applying some logical questions. Okay, you are going to apply the logical questions on the data. Just a minute. So you're going to apply the some logical questions, some questions on the data. You are going to apply the questions, some questions you are going to apply on data. And after applying the questions, you are going to write some Python code. And after writing the Python code, you are going to get the output. And what are the output you have got from the code? This you are going to observe. Observation. That output we are observing. That is only called as data analysis. Now, what are the earlier you have worked for students performance data set? For students performance data set, you have applied some questions. This one, that one, and how this is impacted, how that is impacted, and how it is related, or something, you may apply some questions. And what are the questions you have applied? The same. Now, if you are doing instead of Python, if you are doing in Power BI, suddenly questions will change. Questions will be the same. If you apply the Python, whether you are doing on the same, whether same questions for whether we do in Python, or whether we do in Power BI, or whether we do in Tableau, or whether we do in Excel, questions will remain the same. What are the questions? Then what is the difference means? Here code. Instead of writing the Python code in the Power BI, we are going to use. Final output also will be the same. Means we are doing the same project. Earlier, what are the projects you have worked na? Same projects, if you do one more time in the Power BI, answers also will be the same. Answer will not change. Then what is the use of Python versus Power BI means? One person will work with the Python. In one company, they will work with the Power BI. So if their working is Power BI means we'll work with the Power BI. If they're working with Python means we'll work with the Python. Answers are not going to change. Answers will remain same. For the given data set, once you have done the data analysis project using the Python also, answer is same. Whether you do using the Power BI also, answer is same. There is no difference. Point is clear? Now, here we are going to do the data cleaning. We should know how to do the data cleaning. What is data cleaning means? How to treat the wrong data type, duplicates, missing values, outliers. At the same time, how to drop the columns. How to drop the columns, how to add the columns. Similarly, how to remove the rows, how to add the rows. Every manipulation. Literally to say, entire data manipulation we have to see. That is majorly which we are going to work in the Power BI. Okay, everyone is clear, right? So don't expect suddenly answers will be different in the Power BI. Answers will be the same in the Power BI. Got the point? Now, just I'm trying to load the data. What are the data is there? Just I'm trying to load the data which we have completed earlier. Now, so instead of loading this data, as we have worked already earlier with this data and we have worked now. So now just to show you an example without data cleaning, we'll start the data cleaning in the tomorrow's class. Keep the data cleaning aside. Now I'll take one more new data set for you. Okay, now I got one more idea. Just why we can't try with the new data set. clean data set. Directly I'm going to load the clean data set. Observe this one clearly, guys. Now let me test you. Okay, in terms of how you are going to apply the logical questions. Assume the data was cleaned. Now what is your part? Data analysis and data visualization. Only these two things is your part. Now you only have to tell me question, you have to tell me, and for that question what is the answer I have to do. Okay, just I will explain first for you the business problem and data exploration I will do it. Again I am saying it is a clean data. Just give me a minute. The folder is empty. Okay guys, let me load this data. Any data is same only, right? Let me load one more. Okay, this is the data set, and I'm going to load the data set, which here, what are the data set I'm having. Okay, just I'm going to click on the load. And this is the data set, guys. Just let me explain first the business problem along with the data exploration, and from that we'll move on to the data set. Now, so first let me open the data set and let me explain the business problem first. What is the business problem is there is a distributor, some distributor is there, and this particular distributor is selling the different items, multiple items they are selling, and they are selling in the different regions, from different regions, different items by different representatives. Okay. Now, what are the items is items are not having the MRP. They can sell at what are the price, and they can sell the more number of units. Now, assume I have given the some different products which is worth of $1,000. Assume, let's take an example. Now you can sell that $1,000 as per your choice. You make the $1,000 as $1,100. You make that $1,000 as $1,500. You may make that $1,000 as $1,800. Okay, that is your choice. I have given you the worth of $1,000 worth. Now here, this in this case, what happened is there is a distributor. One distributor is there. And this particular distributor, what happened? They are having the different regions and different representatives, and they are selling the different items, various items they are selling. And these are the number of units. They are selling the number of units, and this is the unit price, at what price they have sold. Let's take an example. There is a order which was 4th July 2014, Eastern region. Representative is Richard, and he has sold the item is called as pen set. Total how many units he has sold is 62 units. At what price? 4.99. That is the price at what he has sold. And similarly, Nick has sold the binder. Morgan has sold the number of units 55 only. When compared to Richard, he has sold at 62 units. He has sold 55 units. And what is the price he has sold Richard? 62 units at $5 each, almost close to $5. But Morgan has sold the same pen set 55 units at $12.5. Point is clear. Like this, different representatives are selling the product. This is the case. Now, first, tell me guys, what you are going to observe. Start with the first question. Think some questions in your mind. So while creating the questions, always you have to start with the univariate, bivariate, multivariate. If this is the data set. Now same data set, if I share you in the Python, now how you are going to apply? If it is after cleaning, now cleaning also completed. After cleaning, now what you are going to do? Right? Now start writing the questions. Think first question. Here, total number of records, total how many records are there means only 43 records. It's a small data, very small data. 43 records only we are having. Now in first question, what is your first question? Start, type the first question. Online students, you type the question. If this is the case, online students, first business problem is clear, everyone? So many questions are coming. Okay, not a problem. Think one, write one by one questions. Okay, how many orders per day? Done. Which item has highest unit price? Okay. Which region has done maximum sale? Right? Still, could you write all the questions? How to frame the questions? First, question number 1. How to frame the question? Earlier, have you participated in the hackathon? And you have worked with the students performance data set? Already you know how to frame the questions. Now, one more time if you want, here just for this data set, I'm also going to frame the question. This is my data set, right? And here I'm going to take one notepad. In the notepad, I will type the questions. Okay, how I'm going to type the questions, let's see one by one. Done. Just give me a minute. Okay, let's start question number 1. First, I will go with the each column univariate. First, I'll start. I will not directly frame the questions and randomly. Univariate, I will come in the sequential order. That is my choice. First, I'll take the ordered date. For ordered date, what question I can frame? Here, when I have observed here, sorry, just give me a minute. Okay, when I have observed here, first starts with the ordered date. Now in order date, here I'm considering every day, 4th July, 12th July, 21st July, 29th July, same thing. So every date is different. So instead of checking the number of orders per day, I'll check the number of orders per month. Because in a single day, multiple orders are there, means that is different. But here I'm not orders per day. So I'm going to check the number of orders per month. This is question number 1. Okay. Next, question number 2. I'm going to check for the region. Which region having more sales? More sales means more transactions. Each record is considered as one transaction. Which region has more transactions? If I say the sales means it has to be bivariate. It comes under bivariate. I want to only univariate, means east, how many records are there? How many east records are there? How many central records? How many west records? Only single column. Just I want to apply the value counts or count plot. For that I required in terms of, what is the question? Which region has more transactions? Question number 3. Representative. So which representative has done more transactions? Which representative done more transactions is question number 3. Question number 4. Which item is having more transaction, or which item is more popular? Which item has more transactions, or which item is more popular individually? More popular means more number of times it has to be repeated. That particular item has to be repeated more number of times. Which is more popular? Now comes to the individually for units. How to apply for the units for individually means, since it is a total number of units. Total units. What is the minimum number of units? What is the maximum number of units? Max number of units. And I cannot apply the average. Average, if I get 24.9 units, even I can go with the average units. What is the number of average units are there? And I can even count. Okay, like this, since it is a continuous variable. Question number 6. Price. Similarly, I'm going to check what is the price. Okay, so what is the total individual unit price will not have any sense. Now here what I have to do means, I have to create a column called as turnover or revenue. What is this column means? 62 into 4.99. So where I have to create this one? Not in this. I have to create a new column within the Power BI. I have to create a new column, a separate column I have to create. And what is that column is? Revenue. And for revenue column, I'm going to calculate the what is the total revenue, what is the average revenue, what is the total revenue, and what is the average revenue, what is the minimum, like this. All the which are related to continuous variables. So 6 columns, 6 questions. See here how to create a new column. Why you are considering a new column? You can combine. Based on the this one, see, Unit, for example, you have purchased the oil packet, 150 rupees oil packet. Individual oil packet is 150 rupees. Okay. Individual oil packet 150 rupees. You have purchased three packets. What is the cost? Huh? One oil packet is 150 rupees, Sama. 150. Oil packet is 150. Three packets you have purchased. What is the cost? 450 rupees is going to be money you have to give, right? That number, how you are deciding means because here units into unit price. That all the things will be decided based on the business problem, right? Here revenue, na? Revenue means this units and unit price is the revenue. Sale, units or revenue or sales. Simply to say sale. Okay. Now if you are in the DMart, they are going to see the overall money they will see or how many units they will see or what is the unit price they will see. Unit price means every item will have one unit price, na? Some units will be less price, some units will be more price. For example, if you consider a chocolate, okay, 10 rupees chocolate also will be there, 500 rupees chocolate also will be there. But 10 rupees chocolate, if you are selling one only, 10 rupees. If you are selling 10 chocolates like that, 10 into 10, 100 rupees, right? 100 rupees is called as what? Sales. Single one is called as what? Unit price. So there will be no use with the unit price. Individually, there will be no unit. But if the same unit price, if you take with respect to different people are selling at a different prices, right? See, pen set at what price they have sold? 4.99. Same pen set at 12.49. Same pen set 23.95. Same pen set 15.99. Again pen set 4.99. So different people are selling at the different prices. Now, what is the average pen set value that we can calculate? So one representative has sold at $5. One representative has sold at $10. What is the average? Average means these all the values of pen set we can combine. So we are going to do the group by function there. Point is clear? So like this we are going to apply. Now same thing. So which region has more number of transactions? For that particular question, we are going to just use the one column plot. In the column plot, we are going to add the region on the x-axis. Now I want on the y-axis. What I want on the y-axis? Count. Count I want. So now count is separate variable is available for doing the univariate here? No. Then what I have to do? I have to create a new variable or new thing. For that I required here, click on the new column or new measure. What is meant by new column is it will create a new column separately. Measure means individual. So I'm going to create a new measure called as count. This is our first function which we are going to discuss. Count, which is equal to count of, okay, the entire data frame. Now total how many records are there? 43 records. 43 records will be stored in the count. Count of okay. Now here see, I'm taking the count. Now which region is having the more number of records means which region? Central region is having the more. If you do even in the same data set, if I share to you in the Python, you have to do the same project using the Python. What you are going to apply? Count plot. Same I am applying the count plot. Region versus count. This is the count plot for the region column. sns.count plot on region. This is the output. And here I'm going to add the data labels. As everyone knows, again, I'm not going to focus on the that is formatting. Instead of data formatting, just I'm going to focus only on the data analysis part. Now, question 1 was completed. Next, representative. Which representative is making more number of transactions means again what plot I have to select here? I'm going to select one more time bar plot. And in this bar plot, this time I'm going to give the representative along with their count. Sir, why we can't select the units or unit price? Means if I select unit or unit price, it is considered as bivariate. Okay, this is count. Count means single variable. Now, which representative has made more number of transactions? Means which representative? Richard has made more number of transactions. Total how many transactions he has made? 8. Thomas has made with how many? 2. Okay. So who is doing very high? Miss Richard is making very good amount of transactions and Nick and Thomas are making with less amount of transactions comparatively. Right? Next, I want to check with respect to item wise count. Which item is repeated more number of times? Which item has more number of transactions? Which is item is more popular? Okay. Now, so in the DMart, if for example, if you select any particular DMart or Walmart or whatever it is, now in this store, in that which item is more famous means which item was repeated more number of times in the transaction. Okay, that is called as popular item. Now here again, I'm going to take the one more time bar plot. These are all called as count plots basically. Whatever I'm applying, everything is count plot only. Here I'm going to take the item along with the count. And here I'm adding the labels and which one is having the more number of miss binder. Point is clear? Everyone? Now, next we are going to take the next one is continuous variable. That is nothing but units. These 3 questions are completed. What about the orders per month? That one is line plot. We'll add that one also. Okay, first number of units, minimum units, maximum units. What is the average number of units? That is the question. For that, what we are going to use? Multi-row card. Okay, in the multi-row card, we are going to take the units, sum of the units, one more. One more time. I'm bringing here one more time. Instead of sum of the units, I'm going to take the minimum number of units. What is the minimum number of units? Means 2. Next, I'm going with the maximum. What is the maximum number of units? Once again, I'm bringing the units here. By default, it will take the sum. Instead of sum, I'm going to change to max. What is the maximum number of units? Means 96. 96 units are sold at a time. Next, I'm going to bring one more time the units and I'm going to check what is the average number of units. What is an average number of units? Means 49 units are sold with respect to average. Just when you apply the describe function, what are the things you are going to get? First one is called as count. So now I want to count this total number of records. How to count the total number of records? Just you are going to add the units. For the units, you are going to take the count. Total how many records are there? 43 records. Bring this one on the top. In the describe function, first count will be there. After count, what will be there? Average. Mean will be there. Okay. After average, what will be there in the describe function? Within the describe function, standard deviation. Now you bring the units here and calculate the standard deviation. Now standard deviation also is there. Then that one also you can bring here. And you can have the minimum, maximum, 0%, 25 percentile, median value like this. Everything you can add. Just you can have here with respect to average, minimum, maximum, standard deviation, variance and median. So median value. So like that, we are going to add all the records. In the multi-row card, we can keep this. Is the point is clear? And that is useful means we are going to keep. If it is not useful means why to keep unnecessarily? Is that clear? Next, coming to the, in my case, I don't require the maximum median number of units. Maximum number of units is 96, 2, and sum of the units. Total how many units were sold means 21, 21. That is also not required because some units will be high price, some units will be less price. So here we are not going to consider the number of units. Will not never focus on the number of units. Okay, this is also not required. What is that? This one also not required. And here minimum number of units and maximum number of units. Right? Now coming to the next, we are having in terms of what is the next one? Revenue. Now I want to create a measure. So here, what is the difference between the create measure versus create column? Create measure versus create column. What is the difference between these two? Observe here clearly. See, this one only let us take. Here I'm going to write the what is the average unit price. I'm going to consider like this. Assume what is the value? 20.36. It is a column of value. It is a value which is called as measure. Now if I'm creating a new column like this, what is the column I'm going to create means this one. What are the value of this one into this one? Like this, I'm going to create a new column. Based on the existing column, I'm creating a new column like this. This is called as create column. You may create like this. Each row will be impacted is called as yes. So here you are going to create a column like this, right? You are creating a column. You are creating a single column. You are creating a measure. Measure means value. Column is entire how many rows are there, that many values will be there. Okay, this is called as column. Now here what I required is, okay, to check my question, column I required. So for required column, what I have to do, first you have to go to the data set. In the data set, click on the three dots, click on the new column. Click on the new column. Once you click on the new column, a new column will be created. I'm going to create a new column name called as sales. How we are going to create this column means I'm going to multiply units into unit price. How to multiply units into unit price means I'm going to take the units. For taking the units, see here, I'm selecting the data name. What is the data set name? P1 office supplies is the data set name, and in that units is the column into. Okay, into unit price. What are the units price is there? Unit price, this column. These two columns I'm just multiplying each other. Now a new column was created. What is this column? Sales. Now I'm going to check the here with respect to, again I'm going to take the multi-row card, and in this multi-row card I'm going to check the sales. What is the total amount of sales? Sum of the sales. Is the point is clear? And similarly I'm going to add the what is the average sales. Done guys? So like this we are going to do the univariate analysis first. Completed? Now 5 questions are completed. Okay, as per the notepad what I have written, 5 questions. First question was left. Number of orders per month. Now for getting the number of orders per month, I'm going to consider the line plot. In the line plot on the x-axis, I'm going to give the order date and number of what I want? Number of units. I mean number of transactions. So I'm going to take the count. So now count, here it is taken by default year wise. Okay, if you observe clearly, here you are having first value. This is your first value. What is the first value? 2014, 22 records are there. In 2025, sorry, I mean 2015, 21 records are there. It is taking year wise. But what is my requirement? In the notepad, what I written? Number of orders per month I required. So here I'm going to remove the day. So as per the hierarchy. Can you see month wise? July 2024 followed by October 2024 followed by this one Jan followed by April. Sir, it is 3 months. No sir, quarter. Just one more time you click on this. Now you can see the month wise transactions. July, how many are there? 4 transactions. In the month of August, 3. In the month of September, 4, 4, 3, 4, like this. You are going to get the month-wise transactions. As per your requirement, month-wise transactions are required now. So minimum 3 transactions to, in some month we are having the 4 transactions. In some of the months we are having only 3 transactions. In some of the months we are having the 4 transactions. It is between the 3 to 4 transactions per month. Point is clear, everyone? So just from year to quarter, quarter to year, just you have to change like this. This is quarter. If you go up first month, month 2, if you go up quarter, again if you go up year. If you come down, now year, if you click on the downside arrow, you are going to get from year to where you will get quarter. After once you click one more time, from where you will get month. Okay, down time means it will come downside. If you click up arrow means it will go upside. That is the order. Clear guys? So like this we are going to complete the univariate analysis. And from this univariate analysis, what I have observed means number of transactions in a month, it will be between 3 to 4 transactions. And more number of transactions are done by the Richard and less number of transactions are done by the Thomas. Now I'm going to say to the Richard that you have performed very well. I have to say to the Richard basically because he has done the more number of transactions. But my question is, okay, now the question is like this. What is the question? Sir, Richard has done the more number of transactions, but here units are 62, but he has given it $5. Morgan has sold 55 units. Who has sold less units? Who has sold more units? Miss, according to this, Morgan has sold more units or Richard has sold? Richard has sold basically more units. But Richard has sold at less cost, but Morgan has sold that one at high cost. Now who is better representative out of these two? Morgan is better because he has sold less units also, but very high cost he has sold. Profit wise, he has made more amount comparatively. Right? Now, so here transaction wise I have compared. Now I want to compare between the representative versus units. Means which representative has made the more number of units. That is the question. For that question, now I am going to involve the 2 columns. Now you will get a doubt. Sir, every time you are showing the bar plots and you are showing the pie plot and majorly you are focusing on the bar plot and pie plot. Okay, why? Reason is very simple. In the reality, 90% of the plots will be in the bar along with the pie. 90%. 90% will be between that. Is the point is clear? And just you will have in terms of only less number of things by using the time series, box plots, or you will have with respect to this called as histograms and all these things. Mostly we'll have with respect to bar plots and pie plots will be more, because rather than focusing on the continuous variable, we'll focus by with categorical variable along with the continuous. Right? Now in my bivariate analysis, see now, observe this one important. Representative, who is representative is far better, who has done more number of transactions means Richard basically. But if I take one more plot, now this time I'm going to take the representative. Along with the representative, I'm considering the what are the number of units. only number of units. Who has made the more number of units? Once again, it is Richard. Richard has sold almost 396 units. Alex has sold 281 units. So even from the units point of view also, Richard is high. Now I'm going to see the turnover wise, sales wise, not unit wise, not with respect to number of transaction wise. I want sales wise. Now I'm going to check in terms of one more plot. This time I'm going to write the representative along with their sales. Now in this case, who has made the more amount of sales means Matthew. Matthew has made the more amount of sales. Okay, revenue, total amount of sales was done. But he has sold less units also. He has made more amount of sales. Revenue wise, Matthew is the highest when compared to Richard. Point is clear? Now my question is, I want to observe them region wise. In one region, some representatives will be there. In another region, another representatives will be there. Now I want to go with the region wise. For that, what I'm going to do, region I'm going to keep in the legend. Now can you see, Matthew belongs to which region? Central region. Susan belongs to east. Alex belongs to again central region. So now I want in such a way all the central region people I want to separate. So now then what I'm going to do, here I'm going to take the once again bar plot. Now within the region representative I want to see. First I have to select the region first, and what about the sales? Now central region is there, and in the central region what is the total amount of sales was done in the central region? Is 11.1k. In this 11.1k, who has made highest? In the region, again representative wise it has to be separated. For that what I'm going to do, I'm going to consider the representative as a legend. Can you see? Now which representative has done more means, here it is not visible properly. For that what I'm going to do, okay. Now what is the difference between this plot versus this plot? Observe clearly. I'll keep this plot side, and I'm also adding the this plot side. Okay. Now within the central again you are having, but it is not looking good correctly. And that too Alex here light blue color is Alex bill I don't want. So what I'm going to do means here visualization, I'm going to open the data labels, and within the data labels I'm going to add the even the title. Title means Alex also I'm bringing here. Now okay. Now I'm going to what are the this legend is there, right? Legend I'm going to off. Okay. Now can you see Alex has made the highest, followed by this, followed by this. Now in this which one is highest out of all of them? Who is the highest? Matthew is the highest, but it is highlighted with the Matthew here. No. Then how to show that one? Then this plot, this is better plot. Is the point is clear? So within the central region, who is the highest miss? Matthew. And what is the number? 3109. And second highest is Alex. And within the eastern region, who is the highest miss? Susan. And within the western region, who is the highest miss? James. Now this is representing good for you, or this one is representing good for you? Which one? This or this? Unstack. Unstack gives the more easy understanding. So you want region wise. Within the region again. Now in this total how many columns you have involved? One is region. Second one is sales, that is second column. Third one is representative. Now this is plot is called as what type of plot? Multivariate plot. Now this is basically not our question, right? First, we have completed univariate questions completed. Now similarly, bivariate questions also let us write. Again, take one data set. Now you create the again questions, start questions. Every time question is important. Before answer, question is important. According to the question, we'll write the answer. Now I'm going to see the which region has more number of units. Region with units. Similarly, region with sales. A new column was created now, sales. Region with units, region with sales. Similarly, representative with units, and total how many units they have sold. Unit price is not important, units. And representative with sales, total amount of sales. Even generally units are also not required. Sales only is important. Which representative has made more sales, which region has made more sales, right? Next, which item has more sales? Item with more units and item with sales, right? Next, units. What are the units is there? Next, I'm going to take the units. With units, what have to combine? All of them are combined already. Now, I'm going to combine the month-wise sales and month-wise units. Similarly, month-wise sales or quarterly sales or month-wise sales with month-wise units. How many units on an average we are going to sell? For all these questions, now we are going to create the plots. Now open the Power BI and start writing the for each of them. Is the point is clear? Most of them, again, I'm saying, most of them, again, you are going to get the output as with the bar plots, pie plots. 90% is going to be bar plots and pie plots. 10% will be the remaining plots. Point is clear, guys? So this is a small data once again. Okay. So for clean data, just we are going to apply the same kind of data analysis. Whether you are doing the Python or whether you are doing with Power BI or anything, answer will be the same. In the Power BI means we have to write the code. In Python means we have to write the code. In Power BI we have to click as it is a tool. But at the end it is going to be the same. Done? Everyone is clear now? So like this. Now tell me guys, for here how many questions I have written? Total 8 questions I have written. For all these 8 questions, you tell me the answers. What are the plots I have to use? Question number 1. Region versus units. Each region, what is the number of units? What I have to choose? Region. So first I have to select the plot. Again, this one. Region along with the says. Sorry, says a units. Sorry, units, right? Units means units. So which region has more number of units means central region. Now what is the percentage of contribution by central region? So this is data label. Number of units I'm getting. Now I want to show the percentage. For showing the percentage, what I have to select? Should I select the same bar plot for percentage? For percentage, what I have to select? Pie plot. I'm going to use the pie plot. Pie plot will give the same number with what is the percentage? Which region has given the more percentage? Point is clear? Now, sir, here number is 1199, but here it is 1K. It is not correct, no, sir. Very simple. It is making the round. So you should not make the round miss. Here I have to take the labels and within the labels values, and what are the values are there, display the units in terms of none. Now it is going to show the 1199 691 231. Now which region has made more amount of contribution, means central. How much percentage it is contributing, means 56% of the sales units are sold in the central region only. 56% of units. Okay. Now same way, instead of sales, same logic, Control C, Control V. Now I'm going to have in terms of instead of units, I'm going to consider the sales. So out of total amount of sales, West central region is making with how much amount of percentage of sales, means 56% of the sales are only from the central region. And which region is having less? Western region. Now this company, now they have to focus, means which area they are going to focus more? On the west region they are going to focus. Right? Now, for example, let's take another example. Apart from this data set only, let's come out of from the data set. Now, let us take in India, BJP party is there. BJP party is very good in the northern India, north side of India or east side of India. But they are not good at southern part, either in the Andhra, Telangana, or in terms of Tamil Nadu or Kerala. Karnataka again okay, but they are very comparatively low. Now when they take the data analytics, total how many seats they have got, means 300 seats. Assume in that seats 300, southern part of India how many seats? From west side how many seats? From central part of India how many seats? North side how many seats? South side, eastern side how many seats? And they have observed that on the south side less number of seats they have got. What they are going to do then? They are going to do the more focus, and they are going to change the leaders. Who is the state in charge is there? They are going to change that one, and they are going to make with the new strategies how we can develop the business. First they have identified the weak points, which are strong points. Later they will develop the business from that. Same thing. Is the point is clear? Our work is to present. They will decide what to do. Now I'm going to show that representative. For example, one of the representative from central region like Matthew. Matthew is doing very good amount of sales in the central region, and he is very good performer. Now what we are going to do? We are going to promote him. Without giving the promotion or without giving the salary increment, the people who are working very sincerely or very high, those people will not continue in the company. Because when they are doing the more business and they are having the more talent with them, automatically the talent, once they are experienced, they'll so they not shift to another company, means immediately we have to give the some additional hike, either in the salary wise or in the designation wise. Now, for example, if this is the case, in my case, if I have observed that region is eastern region is making very less, or not western region, sorry, western region is making very less amount of sales or units wise everything. Now I want to focus on the western region. Now for that, what I'm going to do means, here first I'll observe the representative. Which representative is making the more amount of sales in the region? Okay, region, and with respect to sales and representative wise. Now I'm going to observe this one. Here I have observed clearly that Matthew has done with the more amount of sales from the central region, Matthew. So what I'm going to do, this Matthew, I'm going to increase his salary and I'll send into the western region. Now what happens? Now he will focus on western region, how to improve the sales. Now, for example, DMart is there. They are having the multiple branches. One of the branches very low sales. One of the branches very high sales and everything. What is the reason behind that high sales? Means manager. Manager has done with the new strategies, He has identified which areas are weak, which areas are strong. He has motivated its employees or something. That manager has done the more amount of sales. What the CEO of the DMart will do? Simply he will bring that manager. He will say to that manager, hey, you are doing very excellent in Amirpet branch. You are very excellent manager. Very good amount of skills are there with you. First he will prize him because what are the work he has done first. He will say that you are very good person. After saying that good person, now I am going to give you as a promotion. Now I am going to make you as a in charge of Hyderabad, and you have to majorly focus on these areas. Where, which areas? Where less sales are there, that areas. Now he is going to apply his skills, and that areas also he will try to improve. Finally, business is getting improved. Points are clear? My work is to present. Now my company owner will think that one. Okay, now western region is weak. Now we have to focus on the western region. Now how to improve? Means in eastern region who is doing very good means Matthew. If I send the Matthew to western region sales will be increased. At the same time, Matthew also will be satisfied because I'm going to increase his salary. Without salary increase, if I transfer him, he will shift to another company. So he should not shift means I have to give the more salary. At the same time, I have to, if I pay more salary, I have to loss. Again, it is going to become the expenditure more. It will be impacted on my profits. So what I have to do? He has to be transferred to this. That is the business. Points are clear? Like this, we are going to develop the business. Next, one more. We are having the region with the sales are completed, region with units are completed. Representative with more units, who are selling the more number of units, representative wise. Now I'm going to take the representative wise, more number of units. You want the counter, you want percentage. Count means bar plot, percentage means pie plot. And we are going to make. So now same data set, if I share you, assume Power BI is not there, no Power BI. If I have shared the same data set and ask you to apply using the Python, what questions you will apply? What are the things you will observe? Same thing only, right? Questions will change. Huh? This same question, if I do in the Tableau also, same questions only. For this data set, questions are fixed. Questions are not decided based on the tool. Questions are decided based on the data set and the business problem. Questions are not decided based on the tool. Point is clear, everyone? First, we have to create the questions, and according to the questions, we have to write the answers. So, data analysis and data visualization will remain same even in the Python and in the Power BI. Even data cleaning also same, but only thing is options are different. Particularly, at least in the data visualization, why I have started with the data visualization means what are the plots are there. We are set the way we write the data visualization in Python is Python code. The way we create the data visualization in the Power BI is by selecting the plot and clicking on that and do the formatting. We are doing the formatting. But now coming to the second one, I want to do in the data visualization. This is the one. Coming to the data analysis, what is the difference between the Python versus Power BI means there is not even minute difference. Because data analysis means, what is the meaning of data analysis means framing the questions. Framing the questions will not be decided based on the tool. Okay, data visualization might be different, data cleaning might be different. In the tool we have to use it different. I want to clean the data, or I want to drop this column. For example, this column is not important, I want to drop. In the Python we are going to use df.drop. Here we are going to use a different one. But what is the difference? What is the difference between both of them is difference is in terms of tool and Python code. But when you come to the data analysis, what is the difference means? Not even minute difference. Remember this. Framing the questions will not be decided based on the tool. Framing the questions will be decided based on the data set only. Clear, guys? Everyone? Now, so from here, we'll continue in the tomorrow's class. Since offline only 2 students are there, more number of students are absent due to the weather condition or something. So instead of going in depth, in detail, just I'm stopping here. Please practice whatever we have discussed, and I'll also share this data set for you. And since it is a small data and interesting data set, just you can try. You can try using the Python, you can try using the Power BI. Questions will be the same. Frame the questions first. After the questions, then answers. If you are writing the question answer in the Python means code, in the Power BI means click. But questions will remain same. Clear, guys? Everyone? Just I'm going to share you this data set right away. Just check in your Google Drive. Alias sample store data set where I have shared for you. Superstore data set where I have shared the Superstore data set. In the assignment, students performance, right? And I have also shared the solutions of students performance. Have you gone through? Students performance, whatever I have shared, this is the solution. And in the solution, how to frame the questions also. See, here we have written the question first. Question. After writing the question, later answer. After question, again answer. Question, answer. Question, answer. And finally, what we have observed. Points. I think most of the students has gone through, right? So that is the way of data analysis. And you can create the report either in the Jupyter notebook or in the Word document. There I have taken as an example of, because after the plot immediately down means we can correlate. But in the Word document, if I write the points means for which plot, which one, again, I don't know now. Cell number I have to add, this cell has given like this, from that I have observed, I have to write like that. It is easy if I write the notes in the Jupyter notebook. But when you want to share to others, we should not share the Jupyter notebook. We should share the observations only. What are the work I have done? If I share everything, others will do in that one, and from that they'll continue, right? Then there'll be no use of me. They have to, I have to give the observations only. I should not say what is the process inside that. Point is clear? Just I'm going to add here data set and also Power BI. What are the Power BI we have discussed till now? Plots. All the plots I'm going to add here. How I'm going to add means I'm going to share you this Power BI files itself, directly the Power BI files. And in the Power BI files, what are we are having? Different types of plots. Just you have to open. And here I'm going to share you the Superstore data set. One minute, rename. This is a Superstore data set. And also I'm going to share you this now, just now, what are the things we have executed. That is office supplies. Office supplies data set. So first I have explained for you the business problem. Later I am showing that one. Without sharing the business problem directly, I have not applied the plot also. If you have observed the sequential order, whatever we have done today, first I have told you the what is the business problem, right? Done. You can leave. If you are not having any questions, you can leave. Yeah, online students, if you are having any questions, please ask. What are the questions you are having? Yeah, thank you guys. If you are having any questions, please. Others, you can leave.